Okay, so here's my list of what we're going to be making today. I have my white chocolate, which I got from Walmart in a little chocolate melt aisle with the little party decorations. I do like this chocolate. Sometimes it seems like it's a little too loose, but when you let it sit for a while after it comes out, it's good. But I'm going to heat that up in the microwave. The pack was already open because I used it for something else, but I usually put it in the microwave for 1 minute and 20 seconds, take it out, mix it up, put it back in for about 20 more seconds, and keep mixing it, and it's usually good. So now I'm just going to be getting into everything that I'm making today. First thing, Oreos for the chocolate-covered Oreos. And then I have a mold, which I use for the Oreos. You can order this off Amazon or anywhere like Etsy if you see like a Oreo mold for chocolate covered Oreos. And then I also have another mold. Let me fix that. Another mold. This an Oreo mold too, but it got like the heart design on it. So you see that actual heart imprint when you put the chocolate in there. And then this, of course, is just the lollipop mold to make the heart-shaped chocolate suckers. And then I have some pink chocolate melts, which I got from Heinrich's Decorating Nook, a little bakery store in my area in Michigan. Depending on where you at, they probably won't have one. So I put those in a bowl, and I'm going to heat those up once the white chocolate comes out for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Now I'm going to take my parchment paper and just spread that over my pan that I'm using. I prefer to use parchment paper. It's like way easier. Oh, bless you. Sorry, it's my son. It's way easier to deal with than foil to me. So I got my 2 apples. I'm just going to take everything out the pack to put on the pan. Some marshmallows. So I got more space over here. Yeah, I'm going to take these marshmallows and put them up. I am talking over this video, so if you hear my baby in the background, don't mind him. Now I'm just opening the Rice Krispie treats out the pack. Of course, I'm using the pack. Now, I do make Rice Krispie treats from scratch. Like, I know how, but to me, it's just easier to buy them. Because when you making them, it takes way more time. I guess if I did them more often, then that would be different. Like, if I was using them quite often, but I don't use them too much. So, when I do, I just buy them. Plus, it's like a mess making them from scratch. But, you know, everybody got their own preference. So, what works for you, works for you. So, here is my white chocolate that I took out the microwave after 2 little turns. And I'm just mixing that up. Instead of putting it back in, once it looks melty enough, if it's still a few pieces, I just mix it around because that heat will melt any extra ones that's not melted. You don't want to overheat it because then it'll burn up. Again, these are some candy melts from Heinrich's Decorating Nook here in Michigan. I'm just going to pour them in a bowl. These are a darker pink than the other pink I used. Sit those in the microwave like I did the other 2 chocolates for about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Well, darker colors I usually just put in for 1 minute. Then I mix them. And then I put them back in for about 20 more seconds. Now, these were the light pink ones that I had put in. So I'm just going to mix those on up. Because I just took them out to put the dark pink in. They need to go back in for a second. Then they'll be good. About 15 more seconds for that. Because it's almost melted. So when that dark pink come out, I'm going to just switch them. And I'm going to do my light pink first. Because it was more close to being ready. So I'm going to just mix that up. I'm not going to put that back in the microwave because it's just about good. Like I said, when it's only a few pieces, all you got to do is mix it up. See, that's a nice, good texture of chocolate. Just want to stab down on the little pieces that's still in there so they can melt down all the way. Okay, my chocolate is good, so I'm going to get my Oreo mold. And I'm going to just take a spoon of chocolate. This chocolate is a little loose, this white. And I'm going to pour it in there. That's enough for now. Now I'm going to get my vanilla Oreo. It is a little chip, but it's okay. And I'm going to sit that on there. Don't want to mash it down too hard because then it'll show through. Now I'm going to get another spoon. And I'm going to just cover that. The point of the mold is to just give it a neater look. Because you literally can just throw the Oreos in the chocolate as if they were strawberries and dip them in. But this mold helps them look neater. And I'm going to do the same thing with pink. I got a little chocolate Oreo to use for the pink. And then I'm going to just sit that on there lightly. Always look at the bottom to make sure you can't see through. And then I just pour a little bit more on top. Literally covering the Oreo. This mold just makes it easier. Like, that's all done. I'm going to set that in the refrigerator, usually about for 15 minutes, just to make sure they dry all the way. Because if you take them out too early, they'll be messed up. Now I'm going to use my heart-shaped one. This one, a little bit different, unless if you want the heart and the Oreo to be two different colors, it's a little different. But if not, if you just want the whole thing to be white, you do the whole thing white. Now, this dark pink chocolate was tripping. Sometimes candy melts just mess up. In my microwave, I think it needs to be replaced. So, it probably also plays a factor. But this chocolate is just about burnt. But I put it back in the microwave anyways. So now I am going to go back to that chocolate, but for now I'm going to go ahead and just put a pinch of chocolate inside the heart part of this mold. Literally just putting a little bit so it's covering the heart. The easier way for this would have been to put the chocolate in the piping bag and then to squeeze it into the heart. Now I'm going to just use my little knife and get that a little bit neater. And I'm going to do the same thing for the heart. And I'm going to fill these just like the other Oreos. So before I fill them Oreos in all the way, I got them sitting in the refrigerator, letting the hearts harden up a little bit. And I took this chocolate out. I don't want to put it back in because I can already tell it's not going to be good. Some candy melts just like are a lose-lose situation. It's just like a risk that they will act dumb, because I literally heat everything up at the same temperature every time. And some of my candy melts just don't act right. If you look at this, look at that white chocolate. That drip is perfect. And then look at this. It's just a little rough. And I don't want to heat it back up, really, because it's going to be tripping. But some of them pieces in there is just too rough. So I'm going to have to heat it back up for about 15 seconds. It's already messed up. I mean, it's not going to be a taste difference, but it's just hard to work with the chocolate when it's in that texture. So I took it back out. Now I'm just going to mix that around. And it's straight now. I'm definitely not heating that back up. But I just don't like when the chocolate is this thick. I noticed it's quick to do that for darker colors. Like this is a darker pink. They do have something you could add in to fix it. I can't even think of what it's called, but it don't matter. See, look at these other two chocolates. I have to do another video on heating chocolate with what I was supposed to use. It's like some little crystals to help your chocolate not get that thick like the dark pink is. So I bought my Oreo mold back out with the hearts in it. They was in the refrigerator for a minute. And I'm just going to literally do the same thing I did the first time. Scoop some chocolate in there. And sit it on there. Gonna mash that down a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna take a little bit out and sit the Oreo on there. And then I'm going to just put a pinch on there and try to smooth that out. Another little pinch. Smooth it on out. Okay, now that's about good. So now I'm going to add another spoon inside this one. And then I'm going to just flatten that out. A little bit more. Now I'm going to add my broken little Oreo. It ain't hurting nothing. Sit that down. Oh. A little bit of white came up. I was making sure it ain't messing my heart up, but it didn't. So now I'm going to just smash that around. See, this dark pink chocolate a little thick, so it's a little different working with it, but it definitely will do. I'm gonna sit that in the refrigerator and let that cool down for a while. You want to make sure those harden up. So now I'm gonna just get everything together. Okay, I got my 3 chocolates and I got me some sprinkles out, and then here's my glitter galaxy dust. This is called gelatin galaxy dust. Excuse my nails, because y'all know we on quarantine. Ain't nowhere for me to go, so hey. And then this is the hologram silver, same brand, Gelatin Designs Galaxy Dust. It's definitely non-toxic. I wouldn't suggest someone keep eating it every day, a lot of it, but it's non-toxic, and my baking store labels it as edible. So I'm gonna take this strawberry and I'm gonna dip it in here, get all around that, shake the little excess chocolate off, shake it off, and then I'm gonna just sit it on top of the parchment paper. Take the leaf on the other strawberry, dip it all around, cover that strawberry. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it. There we go. Get you right there. Get in where you fit in. Take this other strawberry and I'm going to dip this one in the white. And this white a little loose, so just gonna show y'all how loose it is. Up there drizzling, just trying to get that little drizzle off. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And I'm gonna just sit that on a parchment paper. Take another strawberry. Dipped. Now I'm getting my little glitter together with my paintbrush. And this chocolate loose, so you might see it dripping down, but I'm literally just splattering a little glitter all over it. See, look at that chocolate dripping down on my counter. It's all good though. See, when I be doing this, I know it be wasting some of the glitter. I gotta figure out a way to save it. And I finished that and I set that right there on the parchment paper. Dipping this strawberry, shaking that excess off, shake it. And I just set that right there. So now, those are all set. I'm literally putting this pink chocolate into a piping bag. And we're going to work on our chocolate lollipops. You're going to cut a hole in the bottom of the piping bag. Don't have to put no tip in there. Cut that off. And then you're going to get you some sticks. Make sure they fit in there. These are too long, so I'm going to rip these in half so that they fit just like a regular sucker or lollipop. So these are much smaller than them long ones. I'm only going to make 2. And that definitely fits. So let me take that out. I'm going to get my piping bag with my chocolate in it. And I'm going to just squeeze it all in there. Had this chocolate been more loose, it would have been more neater. But because this is this thick chocolate I'm using, now I'm going to stick that stick on there. Get the piping bag and squeeze over it, covering the stick so that it's melted down in there. And I'm going to cover this hard again, just like I did the last one. Stick that stick on in there. Cover it up. And then we all good. I hate how thick this chocolate is, y'all. Let me stop talking about how thick this chocolate is. Squeeze that back in there. Save that chocolate. It will save you. So I'm just going to sit them in the refrigerator because just like them Oreos, they need to harden up, you know, and come to a nice temperature. You don't want to take them out too early because they really going to be messed up. So let me use this little thick chocolate again. I got my Rice Krispie treat. And I'm going to just smash that in there. And when I bring it out, I'm going to tilt it to the side so the chocolate goes down. There we go. This is my favorite way to dip them. I just think it just looks the best, personally. And I'm going to get this pink chocolate because it's a little bit more loose. Take that. And it's another way. You just slab it down on in there. Other side needs some more chocolate. Take it out and you just lay it on your parchment paper. Now, if it's like a dessert table, you might want to put treat sticks in it. So you just dip it in the chocolate and then you stick it in a Rice Krispie treat. For the best, easiest way, you want to, after you stick it, you want to put it in the refrigerator and let that harden up. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just dip it right on in. And it's going to make it more difficult because I didn't let the stick get cold in there. So I'm going to just go ahead and cover that up. Okay, so now I'm going to do the little stick method with the marshmallows. Take the stick with the chocolate and stick it on in the marshmallow. Now, again, best results would have been to sit this in the refrigerator like this, so the chocolate and the stick hardens up. But I'm going to just go ahead and dip that right in. Now, this chocolate so loose, it's just going, when I sit it down, it's going to be dripping under it. But I'll show y'all what I mean in a minute. I'm going to do the same thing for this other one. Take the stick, put some chocolate on it, stick it on in the marshmallow. Get the marshmallow down there, dipped. And covered. It's a lot of excess chocolate on there again. Now, what I didn't show y'all was this other marshmallow I did, but it's a mess. I'm going to end up throwing it away because I ain't use a stick. Little mama just threw, so we going to end up throwing that out. We not even going to discuss that one. Just mixing my chocolate up. Taking my pretzel. And I'm sticking it in there. Now, many people do different things their own way. Honestly, you can get like a taller glass or like one of the measuring cups. Put your chocolate in it because it's taller and it'll be easier to dip the pretzel. Now, I just didn't take the time out to do that for this video, but that would have been the best method for pretzels. But this works too, okay? Go ahead and dip it in there and get it all around. Really only got to cover halfway for the pretzels so people can know what it is they're going to be eating. If this was for somebody, but this isn't for anybody. Literally just made this stuff for this video. Just going to scoot that over. These strawberries about dry now. I wouldn't say dry, but they dry enough to move over. So, get out the way. Dip that in. Go all around. Go down. That's fine. So, for the apples, you want a pointy stick like this. They literally make apple sticks, treat sticks. So just search that up. Literally gonna put some chocolate on the pointy part of the stick. You want pointy sticks because apples are pretty firm and you need that pointy part to help it go in and hold in. The other sticks don't do much justice inside the apple. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip this like I did everything else and just get it covered. So now that that apple is dipped, I'm going to get this little red glitter. And I'm going to use my paintbrush. Same glitter I showed you earlier in the video. And I'm going to just splash over that. Again, all that glitter is being wasted because I really don't have a method for saving it. Of course, I could do it over another container, but this glitter is just not that easy to reuse. And then if some chocolate was to drip off onto it, it really would be no point, which often happens. So, yep, I'm just covering that. Splash, splash, splash. There we go. Look at that. Then just sit that right there on that parchment paper. So I got my bowl of white chocolate. You see how that spoon just drizzle across? I'm going to take this spoon and I'm going to just drizzle it across the strawberries. The neatest way would be to put this chocolate into a piping bag and to cut a tiny hole open in it and to do it over it. But this is like the lazy way of getting it. And then I'm just sprinkling glitter over it. Because the strawberry is already dried, the glitter is only going to go onto the wet, loose designs that I just put on there. And then I'm literally just going to design all this little stuff now. I got me a piping bag for the chocolate. Put me a little hole in it. And now I'm going to just squeeze over. Much neater than doing it with a spoon. And I'm just put a little bit of sprinkles over it. Okay, so now we got all that covered. I'm going to go in the fridge and get my Oreos out that we put in the Oreo mold. They are now hard, so just pull them right out. Sit them down. See, it's much neater than if you would be just dipping them in there when you got the mold. They need to make a mold for the marshmallows. They might already have one, and I just ain't found it. And then that's the heart one. And then that's the other heart one. See how simple that was, y'all? Y'all could do this. Y'all got this. This stuff just all over the place. I'm used to doing everything on one tray, like one tray full of pretzels, one tray full of Oreos, one tray full of strawberries, like for events. But this is not for an event where I would be wearing gloves. This is literally just for this video. And then I'm just sprinkling that all over. I'm going to take my chocolate and just squirt all over that. Yep, and I'm going to just decorate this stuff up. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button for me if you enjoyed.